Welp, we gotta talk about the feat, and I'm not disappointed. Augusta and Iuno have been teased a bunch and are super hyped up, so who is worth pulling, or should you pull both? First, let's talk about Augusta. She's an electric broad blade user, so cappuccino but better. And for her secondary damage type, based on how fast and flexible her moves are, she's either a basic attacker or resonant skill attacker. Also, her attack chain uses a plunge attack at the very end with the griffin, so if that actually is her plunge attack, it's fair to say that she will be the first of her kind to incorporate it into a moveset. Something else though, a lot of resonant skill damage and basic attackers have been released lately, so I think that she could end up being a premium heavy attacker like Gian. Augusta's crown will glow either when her Forte Circuit is ready, or like Cartathea when her Liberation is ready. It'll be one of those two. When it comes to team versatility, she's a very flexible character, because she doesn't focus on a debuff mechanic. And if she's a heavy attacker, Mortifi will become her best friend. If she's a basic attack or resonant skill, then her team comp opens up to a lot of other characters like Sanwa, making her super flexible for most free-to-play players. But Yinlin is most likely going to be her best in slot, seeing as she buffs electric damage and liberation damage, which means Augusta could power creep Calcharo, but let's be honest, he already got power creep by Zhang Liao, so...
Don't care, still don't care.
But we're gonna just have to see when she drops. Oh, and for people who think Iuno and Augusta will synergize together, I'm sorry, but their buffs are like not compatible at all. So let's talk about Iuno next then. She drops in the second phase and is an arrow gauntlet unit. She uses a huge chakram that turns into a bow she shoots with her feet. Fob Master, also known as Feet Master, will be loving this character. She is most likely going to be a sub DPS buffer, and I'm hoping she's going to buff heavy attack damage so Gian can finally get his best in slot. Because we still need a premium heavy attack buffer that isn't Mortifi. So most likely she will buff arrow damage and heavy attack damage. She can also have a general buff like crit rate or crit damage, so she's able to be put on more teams than Gian, but that's a big maybe. And her animations also look just insane and beautiful, like I might pull her just for looking like that. Now then, for team versatility, she's not the best. You're going to use her with Gian 90% of the time, and not really Cartathea because she already has her best in slot, and Sanwa is just going to be a better replacement. But it all depends on what her second attack buff is, because she could end up being like Verino, where she's able to put on a lot of teams because her buffs are pretty general. For the most part, the account value is going to be really high for these two units. Augusta is going to be the best lightning attacker and will be for a long time in the meta. Iuno is going to be necessary to finish a lot of teams, and her animations just animation creep everyone else for the most part. In the end, who should you pull? I would say Augusta is more valuable just as a general attacker, seeing as she's going to be in the meta for way longer. But if you're looking to finish a Gian team or have extra Astrite to throw at Iuno, then you might as well. Although I know people like Fob Master will be pulling her for her assets. Well, don't forget to subscribe, or you'll be losing your 50-50 to Ling Yang. I'll see you later, gamblers. Deuces!